I want to tell a story of that day so we can all feel who was wrong.
There are always different sides to a story, your side, my side, and the truth. So,
if the governor will tell us a story about that day, he should tell us why he organized demonstrations against the Senate in Samburu.
Order, Senator.
So if you want to reopen, allow us to.
Those are the extraneous issues that I don't want. Because you see, we wouldn't have found out the fraud in pending bills if we started with extraneous issues.
Let us confine ourselves to the matters.
Just 1 minute.
Senator,
I wanted to make a suggestion. Governor, you know you and I are national leaders. If your fear is that our tea will not receive national coverage, I can assure you, we can invite the media and they will come there. But what we want to focus on here now, or you can come with me to Thika on Sunday, the whole media will be there. But the point that I was making is, I agree with the chair, let's focus on those issues that the people of Samburu want. Senator Enoch Wambua happens to be a bishop. You can trust him. He can convene us for tea. The media are our friends. They will all come there. Then we tell the story of that day, because I also have things to say. But not here.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you're here purges the contempt. Let's go on and look at deposits and retentions. Auditor General.
Thank you, Chair. The question is on refundable deposits and prepayments.
Is it your finding? Okay.
The statement of financial position and note 33 of the financial statements reflect refundable deposits and prepayments balance of Kenya shillings 94,726,058 relating to the Samburu County deposit account. However, review of the bank reconciliation statements revealed that receipts in the cash book amounting to Kenya shillings 82,190,366 dated between June 2024 and May 2017 had not been deposited to the deposits accounts as they did not reflect in the bank statement. Further, the county executive had borrowed deposit and retentions funds totaling Kenya shillings 75,310,761 over the years, which had not been refunded or deposited to the deposits and retentions account. The borrowings were not supported by evidence of approval by the county assembly, utilization details, and the specific budget lines funded, or reasons for the continued non-refund of the monies. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of the refundable deposits and prepayments balance of 94,726,058 could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, you may respond.
To my CC, respond on my behalf on that.
Proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, the amount in question relates to a total Kenya shillings of 94,726,058 directly borrowed from the deposit account. The withdrawal had been made to cater for provisions of essential public goods and services at such times when the county faced cash flow challenges. The county government commits to make the refund in the next financial year. Attached is Annexure 2 is a schedule of the current status of the amount receivable.
Auditor General.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. The issue as is still outstanding because the refunds have not been done for the monies that have been borrowed.
Governor, if you were to go with your response, what is the legal basis for borrowing 94 million from the deposit account and not refunding it? What's the legal? What does the law require you, Governor? What does the law require of you? Because deposits and retentions are monies owed to suppliers for work done pending the lapse of the defect liability. Is that the right interpretation for the accountants? These are money retained from contractors. So when you retain it and then you borrow it, you are stealing from contractors. And in any case, if there is a borrowing from that account, this is like the situation we found in Vihiga, where they took money from the deposits account, gave it to the county assembly for a housewarming, but there was some correspondence. There was some letters justifying that decision. So that's why I'm asking, on what basis was 94 million due to contractors diverted for other purposes? Let's start from there. Is there any justification in our records before we call it theft of 94 million?
I think it's borrowing, Chair.
Well, it's a diversion. So there's a procedure in law
Yes.
for to justify
borrowing.
that.
Yeah.
Any evidence that that procedure was adhered to?
I want to make it clear, Senator, that we are allowed to borrow from accounts.
Yes, there is a
That is
procedure,
allowed, so that is within the law.
and that procedure is documented.
That is recorded.
Yes.
What I want to
Is there
allow-
a record of compliance with that procedure?
I want to allow me to ask my accountant to respond to this, because
So
one thing that I know.
He does not need to explain to us the procedure. He just needs to give us evidence of compliance.
I also want to say that part of this 94 was way before I became the governor. Part of it is when I'm the governor. So I want.
So you have continued the bad habit of the past.
Borrowing is allowed. It's not a bad habit.
There is a procedure. There is a procedure. So can you give us evidence of compliance with that
As the
procedure?
officer prepares to respond, we just want him to be straight to the point, because the queries from the Auditor General want you to show evidence of approval by the County Assembly. Whether it is there or not, we just move very quickly. And then your response, Governor, you are just saying it was meant to cater for provision of essential public goods and services. And you will see the auditor is saying that there was no evidence of the specific budget lines funded or the reasons of the continued non-refund of the money. So those three things, just tell us, is there evidence of approval of the County Assembly, the specific budget lines that were funded, and then lastly, why that money has not been refunded years down the line.
Yeah, you have the floor. Please be precise.
Thanks, Chair. First of all, the 94 million is a total of the retention funds that have been borrowed by the executive over time, over a period of since 2017 to date. We keep the records. Number two, there have been no approval. We know that we're supposed to go through the Assembly for approval of such borrowings, but we have never done that.
Okay, so guilty as charged. Out of the 94 million, how much has been borrowed in the last 1 or 2 years? Because it's easy to say it was done in the past, but maybe the past it was 1 million and your time it was 93 million.
Okay, as per my financials, that is on page 39, and 1 year is 50 million. 204, 811,000.
So you borrowed just in that financial year 50 million from deposits account?
Yes.
Without following the procedure prescribed in law?
Don't know.
No, I mean, there's no one else who assist you. You just said it earlier, that there's no evidence of approvals. You never did that.
It is true that we don't have evidence in approval from County Assembly.
Then that is theft. Reverend.
What happens when the defect liability period ends and the contractors are supposed to be paid? What happens?
Luckily for the deposit account, it is always liquid. There's always, because we are in operations, we pay new suppliers who are deducted new.
No, that's a Juakali way of doing things. National Treasury.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable members, the situation that is being painted here is, a very serious situation that demonstrates financial indiscipline, whereby money belonging to third parties are being utilized to finance the services of the government of Samburu. And this one now is eroding the public trust, because they were supposed to have that money. They owned it, so that when the owner of the money comes for the money, that it should not be given any excuses. As the Honorable Senator has asked, when the defect liability period is over, and that contractor or the owner will come asking for the money, and you have actually put before this committee that even some are, for as long as 2017, the defect liability most likely has already elapsed and you have not paid that money. It shows a serious lack of financial discipline in that county. And you may finally not be able to pay that money when the rightful owners will come for that money. Thank you.